Hey, 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 sacred ones. Welcome on back. Welcome on back to Transcending Love. It's your girl, Nettie. And I hope that everybody is having a fantabulous time and day in life. I am. I wanted to get on briefly and share with you all this message that Spirit has been giving me about just being still, and being ready by being still. So, or at least that's one part of the message. It's been many, so it might go into something else. But anyway, we'll start there. So, for many of us, we get wrapped up in the productivity model that is so popular. We seem to think, and we've been conditioned to believe that without some form of like efforting, efforting work, there is no way for our way to be made for us. Now, there will be some things that you have to do, but Spirit is saying to lean more into Spirit, lean more heavily on your intuition and trust the guidance. And don't shy away from rest. Many of us feel like we have to keep on doing stuff and putting in a lot of work and working and grind and don't sleep, just grind. And that's just not the way that goes. Do you know that your primary purpose, I was going to say your primary purpose for sleeping is rejuvenation. And the Spirit kind of paused me a little bit because it is, but it's not in the way that you would think. So when you're resting, when you are asleep, you are communing with the divine. You are at your most divine state in this earthly plane. And essentially, that rest is really just recharging you so that you can continue out in this version of the timeline. It's kind of like I'm hearing cosplay. You conduct this life in this way, but it's not your real reality. Strange as that may sound. In the astral and in dreamland, that's the real place. But your body still, outside of that, your physical body still requires sleep and rest. So make sure that you are sleeping, that you are getting quality sleep. Your physical man does not operate optimally without rest, without sleep. And not just sleep, but like actual rest. Make sure that you are getting quality rest. That's going to improve your overall quality of life. And it's a part of your self, it should be a part of your self-love ritual. Make sure that you're getting adequate rest. Don't let these people have you run your damn self into the ground talking about I sleep when I die. Uh you want to be dead while you here or dead when you dead? Because if you don't get rest, you're gonna be dead while you're here and dead when you dead. So make sure you're getting some rest. But more so to that end, Spirit is talking about just resting in spirit. You know, they talk about resting in God, like rest in God. Like, just be okay just being, without feeling like you got to constantly be doing something, without feeling like nothing is ever going to get accomplished if you stop and take a break, or if you are not doing something at some point in time. But that's not true. That's not how the universal principles work. You got to keep in mind that you're no longer living under the standard of the world, that you have begin to intentionally live out your purpose in quantum mechanics, in the spirit realm. So that means that you're not operating in the same ways that most other people are. And that will not be the widely accepted thing. And that is okay. You got to be okay with that. People are not going to believe that your weight is effective because it seems to them like you're not doing anything. But when you're resting and you're waiting on guidance, you are doing a lot. You're still doing plenty. And Spirit wants you to know that that place is an important and pivotal place. So don't let this world get you wrapped up in trying to force the process. You'll get a whole lot further, a whole lot faster if you just lean on Spirit and just trust the guidance that Spirit is giving you. And it's a reason why I'm hearing Spirit is having you to rest. You are resting before it is time to take inspired action. There are some things that are coming up for you that are massive, they are big, and it will require a lot of your time and your attention, and there will be some effort involved, but it will be effort well worth doing because it will be inspired action that you'll be taking. You won't be just efforting trying to force something and make something happen. That's the thing about always like grinding, grinding, grinding. Like, you'll get there eventually, but also like you'll never have to force the issue. That's not what Spirit is calling you to do. You never have to force anything. So if it's forced, then it's not going to be a Spirit guided movement. Now, sometimes it seems like some things are forcing you to do something that you don't want to do, but they're not ever. When it's Spirit guided, it's not ever forced, because you always have the choice. But it turns out better if you go ahead and do many of those things. Now, it seems a lot like force I'm here because sometimes you don't want to take the steps because you're afraid. And so sometimes that feels like force, but that is never force. But yeah, Spirit is going to be pushing you to do some very big things, take some very big steps going forward. And you'll be shifting in a way that you can't even hardly fathom. It's going to blow your mind for sure. But it's important that you know how to be still and wait and watch for your guidance. This next place in life relies heavily on your openness to receiving in that way. Spirit is not calling you to a life that is always grinding like that. Spirit is calling you to a life that is filled with ease and flow. In this season, the other part of that is Spirit is pulling you into an energy of the divine feminine. It is the energy that is peeking its head at this point. And this is not a message just specifically for women, because both men and women possess energy. Energy just is energy. And we'll associate the feminine energy with a softness. And so a lot of times it's equated with gender. But that's not what Spirit is saying. This is for both men and women. Spirit is causing you to pause, or pushing you to pause and allow this feminine energy to harmonize and run right through you, is what I'm hearing. So in the resting, you'll be nurturing. It is a part of nurturing yourself. That is the measure of self love that you'll be participating in when you are resting and waiting on your guidance, the next move. Spirit is saying it's going to be difficult for many of you because the conditioning is such that you feel like if you're not moving, you're not growing, or if you're not doing something, then you're wasting time. And that's not at all. That's not at all the case. You're not wasting any time. In fact, time ain't even real. But things are speeding up for you. And this next place is going to be a remarkable place. You have caught up within and aligned yourself emotionally. You've gotten the stability and you're growing in such a way that you're harmonizing and magnetizing all those things that you're desirous of. And Spirit is just ready to blow your mind with it. But make sure that you take and follow this guidance and rest. Just rest. Be still. Just be. Just be. That don't mean you don't go out and have fun. Matter of fact, make sure you go out and have fun if you can do it. I know we're living in a different kind of time, and there is a measure of conservation of funds, but also Spirit is saying find things to do that are fun, that are meaningful, that are rejuvenating, replenishing, and nurturing to your spirit, to your soul, that cost very little money. Find ways to cut back on some things so that you can spend on nurturing yourself with experience. That doesn't necessarily look like doing something that you wanted to do that costs $375, which it seems really wildly specific. But if that's for you, then that's for you. But maybe you do the thing that costs $37 instead, that you also been wanting to do. Or maybe you do something similar that costs even less, or that is maybe free. Look up all the free events and explore your city like a tourist, wherever you live at. If you've not gotten a chance to explore like a tourist, do that. Find hidden gems, lakes and waterfalls and parks, trails, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. Groups, whatever group settings, group gatherings. If you like skating, find you a skate group, find you a run club, find you people who jump rope. I don't even know what that would like. I never heard of that, but I imagine that there are groups. That's what I heard. So if you are looking for people, kindred spirits, your soul tribe that are heavily into jump rope, and you find that tribe of people. Skaters, you find that tribe of people. Skateboarders, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, riding bikes, knitting, crocheting, sewing, like whatever it is. If you want to learn how to do something different, this is the perfect time to do that. Start picking up on some hobbies. That doesn't seem like rest, but that is still very restful because you're not efforting, you're enjoying life. Spirit is not saying for you to spend frivolously and to waste money, but to spend money on meaningful things where appropriate to do so, to take care of yourself. Spirit always got you, but you still have to be responsible on your side about what it is that you are spending on. So just keep that in mind, and do what you can. The main message is just making sure that you find something that you enjoy to do. Go and have fun and laugh with your friends and meet with them, and all the wonderful, beautiful things that nurture you, because you are going to require that love from yourself and from them. For many of you, Spirit is telling you to do something that you feel like is particularly difficult. For many of you, it's leaving that job. And if this is something, this is not a decision that's just made off the cuff, right? But if spirit has been nudging you and pushing you, pay attention. Pay attention. And for clarity, I encourage you to ask for more confirmations, and unless you already asked for a confirmation and then I get on here talking about quit. Because then, baby doll, I think that you got your confirmation already. But it's time. It's time to step out on faith and create that thing. And this is where the part about resting and having fun and spending money wisely on things that nourish and nurture you comes in, because you're going to find yourself in a peculiar and different situation, but you'll be making this timeline shift. You'll be jumping into another timeline, which often is referred to as quantum jumping, quantum leaping, timeline jumps or timeline shifts, because that's going to be a huge move for you. And it's going to take all of the faith that you have and some. So you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. It's going to work out. Spirit got that thing worked out already for you. Not even is it going to work out. It's worked out already. You're just receiving these nudges from the version of you that already has experienced the things that you want right now. They're saying, come on in. The water is fine. It's all worked out. But be encouraged in that, and prepare your mental best you can. But follow that guidance. You don't know exactly the order of things, and that's okay. It don't necessarily always feel okay. And sometimes it don't look okay. But it's okay. Spirit got you. The universe and all of its components. Listen, the universe and all of its components bend towards you whenever you make up your mind and you make the decision that you're going to do the thing that you want to do. So follow your dream. Follow whatever that driving inclination is that you feel like you can make happen. Whatever that desire is, it's not too big. But you've already started on it. You may not know exactly the next step, but Spirit is continuously giving you steps and will continue to give you steps. It don't look like all the pieces are put together. But just know that's because you're looking at it from a limited vantage point. The angle that you are looking at it in is not the best angle. It's not the angle that gives you the bird's eye view, or the view from the end of the thing. But also, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying, in an effort to shift that, though, it's going to be significant for you to live in the answer. And what's meant by that is you have to energetically and in your imagination shift your imagination so that your imagination can shift the energy to your desired outcome. You have to feel that now. You have to begin to practice. So a thing that you can do is make sure you're setting aside some time on a daily basis to visualize and imagine your desired outcome. And it's not just imagining and seeing it like you're seeing it and it's somebody else doing it. You got to put yourself there. You have to feel the emotion of it. How do you feel whenever you accomplish the thing? When you make the money, when you win the contest, when you win the scholarship, when you win the Grammy, whatever it is that you are desirous to have, how does that feel on the other side? So envision and embody the joy and satisfaction and all of the range of emotions you figure you'll go through once that thing is accomplished. Live in that. Feel it right now. Because it's not about the thing coming to you and then you believe in it. You got to believe it first. You got to become that first. It has to become a part of you first. And then it'll manifest in your reality. So make sure that you set aside some time to do that. And another thing, staying encouraged and making sure that you are very intentional about your day and the time that you spend and how you spend it. And one of the ways you can do that is by joining me in performing on a daily basis the sacred rise ritual that I've created. I have created a layout that is free with simple steps, like 3 steps that take maybe about 5 minutes while you're getting ready in the morning for you to direct your day, direct the energy of the day so you can tell the day what to do. Command your day instead of allowing whatever to dictate and run and influence your day. You no longer wait to see what happens. And if you want to get started on that, click the link that's in the description or that's in the main bio section. It's in both places. Any of the more recent videos, you can find it in the description of those. But it's something I do every day. Every day. Listen, I do not get up and just, get into my day. We gotta listen while I get in that bathroom and in that mirror and just go to town. Just making sure that I am telling my day what to do. And that is a great way to start. You don't leave this day to chance because you have the power. You are the magician. You are the alchemist. And your alchemy starts the minute you are cognizant again. So while you laying in that bed, you show gratitude. This before you even pop your eyes open. You show gratitude. Be grateful for even being able to visit another day. And then you get up and continue your rise ritual. So anyway, yeah, if you're interested in that, download that. Happy to share that with you. It's very beneficial. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life, so go and do that. But yeah, taking these practical steps in both directions as far as directing your day and making sure that you are setting aside some time to visualize is going to be extremely helpful. It's not the same time that you would meditate. That's going to be a little bit different. You need time for both. So it doesn't have to be a really long time, but the more vivid it gets for you, the better. And it can be some of the same scenes all the time. Or over time, it evolves, which is really exciting once you start realizing. Think about this. You use your imagination all the time when things are happening. You know how you think about something and then you automatically you start thinking about the worst case scenario, or what if this happens? What if that happens? And you start to get into a spiral of what ifs, but they're all negative. Reverse engineer. Do that thing the opposite way and start thinking about what if this happens and it all be in a good way? What if this turns out to be the best thing ever? Oh my God. What if more blessings come on top of this? What if I get more than even what I'm asking for? Instead of looping on the negative side like we are easily often able to do, because that is your imagination. You are fictitiously making up an entire story. And some of that stuff never happens. Others of it you end up manifesting for yourself. So use your power for your good. Just use it in the opposite direction. I don't know what I got going on here. But yeah. Anyway, that's the message. And I release you in your energy and take back mine. But I leave this message in love and in light, only and always. Gonna be great. Set yourself up. Follow the guidance. Get you some rest. Chill. Just be. Have some fun. And watch how that guidance come through. Watch how the guidance come through. And until next time.